how to write off your dream car. Did you know that I bought my assistant her dream car, a Range Rover? Yeah, Range Rovers, Porsches, Teslas, whatever type of car you want as your dream car, you can legally and ethically write it off. Yeah, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly how you can write off your dream car legally and ethically. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
I'm gonna share with you a simple step-by-step process on how you can write off your dream car, or any car for that matter, for your business. I'm gonna share with you a simple step-by-step process for buying and writing off your dream car. I'm gonna share with you 3 secret ways that you can save money when you buy that car. And I'm gonna share with you the biggest trap that you need to avoid when you're getting all of this accomplished. There are so many benefits to being a business owner. Of course, one of them being that you can write off your car for business. But there are many others, like unlimited income. I remember when I worked for someone else and I worked in a cubicle in corporate America, I could not control my income. My salary was set. But as an entrepreneur, not only can I write off my dream car, I can make as much money as I want in my business. Additionally, there are amazing tax benefits and tax deductions as a business owner that you cannot get as an employee. You can start writing off things in your business, and of course, one of them being your car. So many benefits. And then more importantly, with owning your own business, you get to own your time. One of the things that everybody wants to be able to do is have a freedom of time. You want to start work when you want to end work when you want to take vacations when you want to, and of course, making lots of money and driving your dream car is just icing on the cake. So let's talk about how you can have an amazing business with all of these benefits and drive your dream car too. So anyone that knows Noel Randall knows that I love business and I love cars. So it's so easy to combine the two things together. Having a business and having a nice car really just goes hand in hand. I started off in business as a real estate agent. I literally would drive people around, and of course I knew that I needed a nice car, and I knew that I could write off my car because I was taking clients in my car as a real estate agent. But there are so many other things that you can do to write off your dream car, and so many easier ways to do this. You don't have to be a real estate agent that drives people in your car in order to be able to write off your dream car. And being a real estate agent is not the only business that allows you to write off your car. Literally, if you have a business, the tax code is built for business in America. It's designed for you as a business owner to write off things like your cars and your expenses for your business. We literally are encouraged by our tax code to have a business, and doing so is all of what this economy is all built upon. So don't think for one second that you wanting to drive your dream car and you wanting to have your own business are in conflict. They are together. You should have a business and you should be able to drive your dream car because the tax code is designed for you to do that. Let me tell you how. So of course, in order to write off your car for your business, you must use your car for your business. That's really all you need to do. Now, some of you may know that I have a car rental business, and you may be thinking, well, sure, Noel, you can write off your dream car because you let other people drive your car and you have a car rental business. You put your cars on Turo and things like that. Well, that's not just what I'm talking about. Literally, if you have a car that you drive to meet clients with, or you drive to your office with as a business owner, you can write off your car for your business legally and ethically. Again, you just have to use your car for business, and then those car expenses are tax deductible. All you need to make sure that you are legally and ethically able to do this is have an actual business. So let's talk about what that means. You must have your business registered with the Secretary of State, because if you're going to be filing this on your taxes to get that tax deduction, they're going to want to make sure that business is actually registered with the Secretary of State, whether you have an LLC, an S Corp, or a C Corp. Again, Noel is not a tax attorney or an accountant, so I'm not going to advise you which way to do it, but most people just have an LLC and that will work sufficiently. The second thing that you want to make sure that you have is an EIN, an employer identification number. This is what you will literally use on your tax return when you file for your business instead of using your social security number. Whether you have a full business that's a corporation where you're filing corporate tax returns, or if you just have a Schedule C, meaning you're a sole proprietor in your business, it's just you, Having that EIN, that employer identification number, is what's going to allow you to get those tax write-offs through the IRS. You can get your EIN absolutely free. Just go to irs.gov and apply for an EIN. Those two things alone, really nothing else. You don't necessarily need a website or need a professional phone number or even a professional business phone number in order to write this car off. I definitely recommend that you get a professional website, phone number, and email and things like that, but it is not necessary to get that tax deduction. Again, I encourage it, but it is not 100% necessary. You really just need the business registered and the EIN. The other things are icing on the cake to take you to the next level. Whoa, what's your dream car? Tell me, what type of car do you want? Is it a Range Rover, a Lamborghini, a Porsche, Tesla? You name it and tell me. Let's have a conversation in the chat box about what types of cars you want for your dream car, and I will tell you and chat back with you if I think that's a great idea or if it's a car you should probably stay away from. So one of the amazing things that you can do when writing off your dream car for your business is put the car in your business's name. Now again, you don't necessarily have to have the car in your business's name in order to get that tax deduction. However, this is an amazing bonus that I think that you should do, and I'm going to talk to you about it really quickly. If you are able to register your vehicle in your business's name, that's going to give more credence to the fact that this car really is used for business. Additionally, you could still use your personal insurance. You don't necessarily have to get commercial insurance to do this. And again, you can write off the insurance expenses as well. There's several ways that you can write off your car. I'll get to that in a second. But before we talk about writing the car off, let's talk about buying the car. I strongly suggest that you register the car in your business's name because again, it will give credibility to the fact that you are using the car for business. It doesn't cost you anything more, and car dealerships are ready to help you do this. Additionally, you can even finance the car in your name. If you did the things that I said before and you got the business registered with the Secretary of State and you have an EIN and employer identification numbers, you literally can apply for the car loan in your business's name. They will pull your business credit report and see if you qualify. Now, if you just started off and you just got your business, you may not qualify to get the car in your business's name. You may only be able to register the car in your business name, not finance the car in your business name. Now again, those are two different things. You can register the car in your business's name regardless. Now, if you want to finance the car in your business's name, like I said, you'll need those two things that I said before, and you will need to have established some business credit so that they can at least recognize that you have a business file. However, if you just started your business and you still want to finance the car in your business's name, you probably still can. There are tons of auto lenders that will let you do it with what's called a personal guarantee. That is where you will have to personally guarantee the loan. Now, some people may be a little leery about this, but I absolutely am not. A personal guarantee means that if you default on that loan, then personally, then you are liable for it. Right now, it's in the business's name, the business is responsible for it, and the trade line will report on the business's credit report. However, if they say that you need to be a personal guarantor, meaning you have to put your social security number up as the co-signer, I strongly suggest it. I've done this several times before, and I do suggest it because I don't necessarily want all of those car payments and those trade lines on my personal credit report. So doing a personal guarantee still helps me out. I'm able to still get the car financed in my business's name. However, it is not reporting on my personal credit report. This frees me up to be able to go and borrow and other things in my personal name without muddying up my business and my personal expenses. So it's an amazing thing to do. Don't be afraid of a PG or a personal guarantee, and just know that this is a great option for you. Now let me tell you how to write the car off, because that's so important. So there are two ways that you can write off your car on your tax return. So let's talk about these tax deductions. There's two different ways. One of them would be mileage. So the IRS sets forth that they will give you a certain amount of money for each mile that you drive for your business. For example, you may drive 10,000 miles per year for your business, and currently the rate is 55 cents per mile. So you would be able to write off $5,500 based on the actual mileage. That is one of the ways that you can do a deduction. The second way that you can do the deduction is actual expenses, and this is the way that I absolutely love. Now, remember, I am not an accountant or a tax attorney, so if you want to ask your professional, please do. Do not hold me liable. I am just telling you for the things that I do. In my business, I love using the actual expenses for the cars, and in some cases, I have leased cars for my business business, and I can write off the entire lease payment, I can write off the oil changes, I can write off everything that I spend on that car on my taxes. And for me, that's a much bigger tax deduction, probably for you too. So you can write off the actual expenses for the car regardless of how many miles you've driven. Again, if you buy a car for your business, it's very awesome to be able to lease that car in your business's name and write off all of the expenses for that vehicle. Now, here's one caveat that I have to share with you. It only works where you're able to write off the lease payments because that is an expense. If you then get a car note, you cannot write off the car note because that is considered a liability. So just be careful with that one little nuance. And if you have a car note and you finance the car, you may only be able to write off the mileage. You may not be able to do actual expenses. But again, I have had car notes and I have written off all of the expenses. You really need to get with your tax professional or your accountant to make sure that you are getting all of the deductions that you can for your dream car. And again, I've done this for Porsches and Range Rovers, so I know that you can do it too. Whoa, just to explain right quick, a car loan and a car note are the exact same things, and a lease is a lease. Are you ready to see me live and in person and learn all of these things that I am teaching you? Everything from business credit to Turo to owning cars and doing all of these amazing things for your business? Well, it is time to come see me in person, either live stream or come physically see me in person. Go to 𝗷𝗫𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗃 and get your ticket right now. Use code YouTube to save tons of money on a ticket to see me in person, either live and in person or live streamed. Either way, I'm gonna be teaching you all day about business credit, business funding, getting properties for $0, getting cars, how to write this stuff off, tax deductions, the whole nine. 𝗷𝗫𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗃. That's Noelle, Noelle, Randall, Randall, events, EVENT with an S, NoelleRandallEvents.com. Make sure you use code YouTube to save tons of money on your ticket, and I cannot wait to see you in person. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle, to your success.